Well, Andrew Friedman invoked this phrase again, like it's something creative, organizational failure when the Dodgers get swept by Arizona. I'm sorry, he used that same phrase last year when they got nailed by the Padres. His vote of confidence is to everybody. Friedman, his general manager, his analytics guy. No change is coming. But at the end of the day, this team has won so much in the last decade under Dave Roberts and has just won World Series. They've been to the Fall Classic only 3 times. That's not what I would call a dynasty. I think the weird thing about this whole thing after this vote of confidence, the Dodgers are only 53-49 in postseason under Dave Roberts. 53-49 after 500 win seasons on the year. Now, Andrew Friedman said after the vote of confidence and said, we win as a team, we lose as a team. We're going to operate at the top of free agency, which means they got the payroll to go make deals. So here's the question. Shohei Ohtani, price tag $40 million to be your DH with the hope he becomes DH pitcher a year from now once he's fully recovered from the elbow surgery. Price tag on Ohtani will be $40 million. That's what I've been told by agents. Blake Snell is out there. Price tag $25 million. The Dodgers are going to have a fair amount of budget space. Mm-hmm. Now, that's with or without Kershaw retiring. If Kershaw comes back at $30 million, but if you go back and look at, and I made the list of guys they could let go free. That starts with Julio Urias, who they've excommunicated.
Yeah, really.
They're going to have the ability to transfer money from outgoing guys towards Ohtani and towards Snell. What would you think if the Dodgers wound up getting Shohei for 40 and Snellzilla for 25? That sure seems to me to solve an awful lot of their problems.
Wow. I mean, imagine that, because then you'd have those 2 frontline pitchers. Well, Shohei wouldn't be for another year, but you have all those young kids. I think they were trying to make space for them. It would just be really upsetting to see Snell go to the Dodgers. I mean, that would just be like when Kevin Brown went to the Dodgers in 1999. I still think, you were talking about the Giants before. Shohei, San Francisco, don't count them out because they do need a marquee guy. But boy, both of those guys, ooh. But you're right, they could move some money around. Now, just as an aside, this is kind of a thing that always freaked me out, is I remember when Kershaw signed originally for $30 million a year. And that sounds like an enormous amount of money. If you do the math, if you assume he gets 30 starts a year, that's $1 million a start. Assuming 100 pitches a game, that's $10,000 every time he pitches the ball. Can you believe that?
You're big on calculus.
Isn't that incredible?
It is.
And so $30 million is like roughly $10,000 a pitch.
Well, he might even just take a discount to stay at Dodger Stadium because it's the Dodgers, and that's his history, and that's his legacy, and one player, one team for an unbelievable Hall of Fame career. The Dodgers are evaluating, does Kershaw come or go? Andrew Friedman said that's the left-hander's decision to make. We want him back. There will be no Urias. Guys who have big money, who they might not pick up options are Max Muncy. That possible. Peralta is a 1-year rental. JD Martinez had a great season. It's a 1-year rental.
Right.
So there are ways to move dollars around. And the other factor in the equation, and lost in all the conversation, you just mentioned the kids, all 5 of those young pitchers going to be given a chance to reestablish themselves in the rotation.
Yeah.
And they're all at very affordable prices because they're pre-arbitration kids.
Yeah.
So the Dodgers, and they were below the luxury tax this year, they've got the wherewithal to do it. Hey, so you're a Dodger fan. I want you to respond on Fans Forum. Would you do that? Would you commit 40 to Ohtani on a multi-year deal and then go after Blake Snell based on what would look like a Cy Young Award season for $25 million? Does that radically change what Dodger baseball is after this organizational failure that they just had? Hey, we get to halftime. Our Thursday podcast is we're kicking off our great sports weekend.